Peace. Good evening. I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of the File Playland. As always, I'm your file player. I hope you guys are enjoying your Labor Day weekend, and please drive safely if you're out there at this hour or any hour tomorrow, and try to make what's best of it. It's steaming hot up here. I've been painting all day, which kind of sucks because I'm gonna have company tomorrow, which also sucks. But nevertheless, I hope you guys are enjoying yours. And I got severe allergies when I did my lawn this morning. Yesterday. Haven't let up since. But wanted to make this video regarding a topic which some people are touching on in the media, and it was regarding Biden's response to East Palestine. If some of you guys don't know, President Biden yesterday visited a affected area of Florida post hurricane Idalia. If you guys didn't know, a hurricane partially made landfall in Florida. The extent of the damage wasn't that severe, according to reports, but President Biden did make his way down there. And a reporter happened to ask him regarding when he was going to visit East Palestine, Ohio. If you guys don't know, it was a train that overturned in East Palestine, Ohio. There were chemicals that were spilled in relation to the train crashing. The train was carrying toxic chemicals. The company that operated the train, or that operated the chemicals, or that owned the chemicals, the government went to them and asked them how they could get rid of the chemicals, and the company's response was for them just to burn it. Apparently, that chemical being unleashed into the air resulted in some people getting sick in the area, a lot of waste being left in the area, in the waters, in the sky. You don't see a lot of reporting in reference to that. There was some that were coming out when it happened initially, but again, the reason you may not be seeing reporting regarding that is because everything that happened within this last 3 years or during Biden's presidency doesn't get reported. For instance, Biden's been on vacation for 40% of the time, including some of the time when he could have visited East Palestine, and that doesn't get reported. Biden barely has any relationship with the media because Biden barely makes any statements with the media. When they do roll him out to make a statement to the media, it's carefully manicured, it's carefully curated. The questions are ready to go, and he'll answer maybe 2 or 3 questions, and he's out the door. 2 or 3 questions from reporters that are giving him softball questions anyway. And it's a lot of malarkey, like Biden's known to say. When Trump was the president, I remember vividly, and I wasn't following Trump. I didn't vote for Trump in 2016. But I do remember when Trump was the president, every time he'd play golf, people would make it a big issue and make it seem like he wasn't doing his job. Going above and beyond even, and making rumors about him shitting himself. I'm pretty sure you guys remember that. Or making an issue of Trump stumbling on a step. Meanwhile, you have Biden that has fallen over 7 times, big falls, like whether at the stage of the Air Force cadet graduation, upon his bike in Delaware while he was on vacation, and numerous others, going up the stairs to Air Force One, which is probably the most memorable one. But these things don't get reported. Biden and the presidency of Biden has been a complete mess up. It can't be debated, but so long as the media is not reporting it and making it seem like he's doing such a terrible job in terms of inflation, in terms of your grocery bill going up 20% reportedly. I think it's gone up far more than that. But so long as the media is not reporting it, I guess some people don't catch on to it. Nevertheless, there were this reporter, who I commend him for actually questioning Biden regarding when he was going to head to East Palestine, and Biden gave this vapid answer that he was considering going there, but he actually has to go around the world next week. He had to go to India and to I think Malaysia. That was his response. But it's been almost 140 days since the East Palestine crash happened. Almost 6 months. He hasn't made his way over there yet. And mind you, Ohio is pretty much a swing state. But somehow, this man this is not a one-off instance too. I mean, where Biden's lack of response to a natural disaster, Biden's lying to the press. He lied when he responded to a natural disaster in Maui, in reference to how his house had burned down, trying to relate to the people of Maui. Meanwhile, his house didn't burn down. He had a small kitchen fire in his house, and it was contained within 20 minutes. And Biden actually said that he was joking while he was making that speech in Maui. But again, these things don't get reported. If it were Trump, making a gaffe like that, making a joke while he was in Maui, dozing off while he was in Maui, immediately after Maui had this supposed natural disaster that they just went through, the media would be torching him every day, every night. I mean, most of the political news that happens on CNN and ABC, NBC, still is in reference to Trump being a bad boy. Besides that, Trump gets no coverage. But also, more importantly, is that Biden gets no coverage. And I mean, it's highly sus in the sense that, you have somebody who has the most votes of all time, 83 million votes, and you would think that somebody with that much love, where the people would go out and vote for him to that capacity. Again, because people normally don't go out to vote, regardless of how passionate they feel. They may bullshit you and put on a big speech at your work site. Most people, one, don't know how to vote. A lot of people have never voted. I'm not gonna vote this time out because what's the point in my eyes? But having said that, for somebody to amass that many votes, that's over a third of the population. You would expect the media to cover his every move, good or bad. But a lot of what you're seeing from Biden, if it were covered at all, it could only be seen as bad, seeing that he's been on vacation 40% of the time during his presidency, falling constantly, losing his train of thought constantly, mumbling, being touchy-feely with smaller human beings. You name it. I mean, there's 1,000 other things that I've probably forgotten about. The pullout of Afghanistan, the invasion of Ukraine happening on his watch, the inflation, the fact that the economy's hanging on by a thread, sans inflation. There's a ton of things. One of these things could have been covered. When you look at Trump, I mean, you name one instance, and I remember media running with it for months and months and months. His response in terms to what happened in Charlottesville. I mean, Trump didn't tell anybody to go to Charlottesville. I mean, in his response, if you look at the whole response or the regarding everything he said in that speech, I mean, because I was offended when, based on how the media covered it. But go look back and look at every part of that speech in reference to Charlottesville. It's nothing like they reported it. And I'm going back to a lot of older Trump things now, and seeing how the media blew it up. The one good thing that I see from this, and I guess it's another video, and I'm going to touch on that many times on this channel, is the fact that one good thing that has been revealed to me, and I'm hoping it's being revealed to other people, I guess they're late to the party, is that the media is completely corrupt. The media is the most corrupt institution in our country, the fifth branch of the government, if you will. It's operating like the fifth branch of the government currently, in the sense that they're all apologists. They're all propagandists to the core. And I think legally there was a law that was changed that allowed the media to conduct propaganda to the people a couple of years ago, and they're fully taking putting that into use now. That's my theory as far as the latter portion of it. Not the law that was changed. That was official. But my theory is that they're completely in on the propaganda currently, and I don't look at that as a bad thing. And I don't look at the condition now. Like I try to say that a lot. I'm gonna try to say that more and more on this channel. I don't look at things now as a negative, in the sense that I want the truth to be out there, and I'm hoping that people are seeing the truth of what has become of the media. You know, the media has become a lapdog coverage or playing cover for probably one of the most corrupt presidents in my lifetime, easily. But probably in the history of it, when everything gets hopefully when people do realize what's happening in terms of the laptop from hell, Burisma, Metabiota, Bohai, all the, and you search everything that I just said now. If you want to look upon yourself, I may cover those things in the future, but things are a mess, and I think a lot of the mess that's happening is because of either A, Biden's incompetence, or B, Biden's corruption. More so the latter in a lot of cases, as to why we may be participating in a proxy battle in the Eastern Bloc currently. I don't want to name the country, but I'm hoping that people come to the truth one way or another. Like more importantly than anything, I'm not here to play sides. I don't come here like propagating many politicians, with the exception of one for the most part, and that's 45. Besides that, like I don't come here like to say like the Republican Party this, or no, I want DeSantis to beat Biden because at least it'll put a pause to a lot of the things that are happening in this country. No, I want a lot of things that are happening in this country to be done away with. Like I don't want a band-aid solution. The Republicans usually play the role of, well, just wait a minute, oh, you're going too far. Like no, like I don't want to play this game of incremental change. I want mass change, and that's not with any one facet. Like the country's on its way down really fast, and if there's one message that I want you to take away this fine Labor Day, is that one way we could all change this, and so you could have hope for your kids, which you should be hopeful of the truth coming out, and it's coming out little by little, whether you like it or not. Like I guess some people have to receive it in smaller doses, while other people are a couple years ahead of the game. But nevertheless, one thing that I do enjoy is that the media is falling apart. Hollywood's on strike, so you don't have those bobos coming out and playing propagandists, which they do too. You never see one Hollywood guy speak up against Biden or pro-Trump, So that just shows you where they're at. When everybody's all on one side, I'm gonna listen to the person on the other side, and in this case, it was Trump. And go back and listen to what Trump said in the past and see if it resonates with you now, because it does with me, and I think most people are gonna start feeling that way soon. But I think in a sense, the fact that you could cut through the media lies little by little by just existing every day and seeing how bad things are, it's going to get us a little bit closer and closer to the truth. And the truth of the matter is, Biden's a terrible president. Never have I seen such a bad run for a president. I sort of remember the latter Reagan, even though I was a kid. I was always interested in politics, but I don't remember too much of that era. I remember Bush Sr., Jr., Bill, Obama. They were all bad presidents, honestly. Like, looking back at it now, all of them were bad presidents. We only had one good one in my eyes, and I think, honestly, like, he wasn't really putting his foot down when he was the president. But hopefully he puts his foot down this time. I fully expect that. If not, we're in deep doo doo. But let me know what you guys think. With that, I'm out. Peace.